Hello, steady Taurus. As July 15 and 16, 2026 unfold, the atmosphere around you may feel quieter than expected, yet beneath that stillness, something meaningful is beginning to settle into place. Some seasons never announce themselves with dramatic signs. Instead, they arrive like gentle rain soaking into the earth, preparing it for new growth long before the first green shoots appear. Nature rarely rushes what is meant to last, and these 2 days seem to carry that same quiet wisdom. If recent weeks have asked more of you than you expected, this may be the moment to loosen your grip on burdens that have already taught you what they came to teach. Rather than carrying every disappointment forward, you may begin to recognize which lessons deserve to stay and which weights no longer belong to you. The symbols suggest you are moving beyond an important chapter, carrying its wisdom with you rather than its weight, allowing your next steps to feel lighter without forgetting everything that has helped you grow. The Ten of Swords speaks of a cycle that has reached its natural conclusion, not as a sudden ending, but as the quiet realization that certain struggles no longer define you. There is a difference between remembering what happened and continuing to live as though it is still happening. And this card gently invites you to recognize that difference. Alongside it, the Nine of Wands reminds you that resilience is not about constantly pushing harder. It is also about knowing what deserves your energy and protecting the peace you have worked so hard to cultivate. Every boundary you establish now becomes another way of honoring the person you have become. The Page of Cups brings a softer current into these 2 days, encouraging curiosity, creativity, and an openness to conversations, ideas, or opportunities that may arrive in unexpected ways. Sometimes the smallest invitation becomes the beginning of the most meaningful transformation because it encourages you to see familiar circumstances through fresh eyes. This is a beautiful time to slow your pace just enough to hear your own inner voice. In the stillness, answers that once seemed distant often become easier to recognize because they are no longer competing with constant noise or unnecessary urgency. Let the affirmation, "I am willing to learn in order to teach," become a quiet companion rather than a hurried goal. Allow it to remind you that wisdom grows naturally through lived experience rather than through perfection. Whether you spend time reflecting, journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in silence beneath an open sky, every experience you've gathered continues to shape a deeper understanding of yourself. Even the moments that once felt disappointing have been strengthening qualities that cannot be measured from the outside: patience, discernment, compassion, and quiet confidence. These are the qualities that continue serving you long after circumstances have changed. As these qualities take root, your dreams begin to feel less like distant wishes and more like possibilities supported by steady action. The atmosphere points toward gradual progress built on consistency instead of chance. You may begin noticing that the confidence you've been searching for isn't arriving from outside validation, but from seeing yourself honor the promises you've quietly made to your own future. Remember, Taurus, your greatest strength has never been speed. It has always been your ability to create something lasting from small, intentional steps. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, there is a steady light within you that helps you recognize what truly matters and gently guides your next decision. Trust that inner steadiness because it has carried you through uncertain seasons before and continues to become stronger with every experience. Over these 2 days, you may notice that the right conversations, opportunities, or connections begin to appear more naturally as you become clearer about your own priorities. When your attention is no longer divided by doubt or unnecessary comparison, it becomes easier to recognize what genuinely deserves your energy. Rather than forcing outcomes, allow yourself to recognize the patterns emerging around you. Some opportunities may not arrive with obvious excitement, but with a quiet sense of rightness that feels surprisingly familiar. Trust that meaningful progress often unfolds quietly, one choice at a time, and that not every answer needs to arrive all at once. Continue moving forward with patience, knowing that each thoughtful step strengthens the foundation beneath your future and reinforces the life you have been building with such care. As always, remember that astrology offers symbols for reflection rather than fixed outcomes. These messages are invitations to observe your own journey with greater awareness. not instructions that remove your freedom to choose. Some parts of this message may resonate deeply, while others may simply belong to another season of your life. Keep what feels true for your own journey and allow your intuition to guide the rest. The symbols are most meaningful when they encourage self-understanding rather than certainty. In the moments ahead, we'll explore the themes surrounding love, career, finances, health, and family. But first, I'd like to share a few symbolic elements that may complement the energy of these days. The numbers 15 and 24 may serve as gentle reminders to stay grounded in your intentions and remain open to meaningful synchronicities if they happen to appear, whether they surface in everyday moments or simply capture your attention unexpectedly. Allow them to become quiet prompts to reconnect with the intentions you've been nurturing. The color moss green reflects the atmosphere surrounding this period, symbolizing steady growth, renewal, and the quiet confidence that develops over time. It carries the feeling of fertile earth after gentle rain, a reminder that meaningful progress often begins beneath the surface before it becomes visible. Like a forest that grows stronger season after season, your progress is being built through consistency, care, and trust in your own natural rhythm. Every season of patient growth contributes to the strength of what you are becoming. You are entering a period where the effort you've invested over time is beginning to reveal its value. The knowledge you've gained, the discipline you've practiced, and the resilience you've developed are becoming part of everything you do, shaping not only your achievements, but also the way you respond to new opportunities. Others may begin recognizing qualities in you that have been quietly maturing for much longer than they realize. Continue honoring your commitments with patience, but remember that lasting success also asks for humility. Avoid measuring your path against someone else's, and resist the temptation to let pride or comparison distract you from what truly fulfills you. Balance your responsibilities with moments of rest, meaningful connection, and simple pleasures, remembering that a well-nourished spirit is just as important as steady productivity. A change of scenery, even a short walk or a brief getaway, may offer a fresh perspective that reminds you life is meant to be lived as fully as it is built. And as your heart gradually opens alongside your ambitions, allow yourself to welcome joy without feeling that you must earn every moment of it first. Sometimes the greatest sign of growth is simply allowing yourself to appreciate how far you've already come, while remaining gently open to everything that is still waiting to unfold. Over these 2 days, give yourself permission to slow down before making important decisions. If anxious thoughts begin to color your perspective, resist the urge to react too quickly. Instead, create a little space for stillness, because what feels uncertain now may simply be waiting for the right moment to become clear. Like morning mist lifting from a quiet valley, confusion often fades on its own when you stop chasing immediate answers and allow your thoughts to settle naturally. Not every question demands an immediate response, and not every silence needs to be filled. You have walked through challenging seasons before, and each one revealed a strength you didn't fully recognize until you had already overcome it. Looking back, you may realize that many of the moments you feared most eventually became the ones that taught you patience, resilience, and a deeper trust in yourself. The atmosphere surrounding July 15 and 16 suggests that steady progress is becoming more important than rapid change. As a Taurus, you naturally understand the value of building something that can endure, even if the results take time to appear. These days invite you to trust that rhythm rather than measuring your progress against anyone else's. Growth that develops quietly often lasts longer because it is supported by intention rather than impulse. What once felt permanently delayed may now begin to show quiet signs of movement, particularly in matters close to your heart or in personal goals you've been nurturing with patience. Even subtle improvements deserve your attention because they often signal that larger shifts are already unfolding beneath the surface. The Lovers appears first, not simply as a symbol of romance, but as an invitation to bring your inner world into greater harmony. This card often speaks of meaningful choices that reflect your deepest values rather than temporary comfort. You may find yourself considering whether certain relationships, commitments, or habits still support the life you genuinely want to create. Sometimes the most important decision is choosing authenticity over familiarity, even when that choice feels uncertain at first. Honest conversations, whether with someone you love or with yourself, can open the door to greater understanding and a stronger sense of emotional security. As your inner values become more aligned with your daily actions, many external decisions begin to feel surprisingly clear. Following closely behind is the Chariot, a reminder that real momentum comes when your determination and your actions begin moving in the same direction. Although Taurus is known for consistency, there are moments when holding on too tightly to familiar routines can quietly slow your own progress. Stability becomes even more meaningful when it leaves room for healthy growth rather than resisting every change. This card encourages purposeful movement without abandoning your natural steadiness. Plans that have been developing beneath the surface, including work projects, practical decisions, or personal ambitions, may begin finding firmer ground as you move forward with quiet confidence instead of hesitation. Rather than forcing circumstances to unfold, you'll likely discover that steady commitment naturally creates the momentum you've been hoping to see. The Wheel of Fortune introduces the theme of changing cycles, suggesting that circumstances may gradually become more supportive than they have been in recent weeks. Rather than dramatic reversals, this card often reflects the subtle ways life begins responding to the effort you've already invested. You may notice small confirmations that you're heading in the right direction, even if the full picture has not yet revealed itself. A delayed opportunity, an encouraging conversation, or a renewed sense of possibility may remind you that growth rarely happens all at once. The invitation here is to remain open without feeling the need to control every outcome, allowing trust to develop alongside your experience. As one chapter slowly gives way to another, you may find yourself appreciating that timing often serves a purpose beyond what can be seen in the present moment. The Queen of Swords then brings clarity and thoughtful discernment. Her presence encourages you to communicate with honesty while maintaining healthy boundaries, especially in situations that have felt emotionally uncertain. Speaking clearly doesn't require harshness. It simply asks that your words reflect your genuine intentions. There is quiet strength in expressing yourself with calm confidence instead of reacting from frustration or fear. Whether in personal relationships or professional matters, choosing transparency over assumption can transform lingering uncertainty into mutual respect and stronger foundations. This energy also encourages you to trust your own judgment when something doesn't quite feel aligned, honoring both your intuition and your practical wisdom before making important commitments. Finally, the Ace of Pentacles grounds the reading with a promise of practical opportunity. Rather than pointing towards sudden fortune, it represents the first seed of something lasting that deserves your care and attention. Every meaningful harvest begins with something small that is nurtured consistently, and this card reflects that same principle. You may notice a new possibility involving work, finances, education, or a long-term investment in yourself. It could arrive as an idea, an introduction, or an opportunity that seems modest at first but carries lasting potential. Small, well-considered decisions made during these 2 days have the potential to grow into meaningful rewards over time. The symbols suggest that what you nurture consistently now can become the stable future you've been patiently working toward, reminding you that lasting prosperity is often built through many thoughtful choices rather than one extraordinary moment. As you continue through this period of renewal, remember that caring for your well-being is part of building that future. Your body may be asking for a little more attention than usual, particularly in areas that carry daily strain, such as your joints or overall physical tension. Gentle movement, proper rest, and moments of restoration may prove just as productive as checking another task off your list. Listening to those signals with the same dedication you bring to your responsibilities will help ensure that your strength remains something you can rely on for the journey ahead. The more consistently you care for yourself now, the more confidently you'll be able to embrace the opportunities that continue unfolding in the days to come. If your body has been asking for attention, these 2 days are a gentle reminder not to ignore what it has been trying to tell you. Small discomforts often become easier to manage when they are acknowledged early, and caring for yourself is every bit as important as meeting your responsibilities. The same steady discipline you bring to your work can become a powerful force for improving your well-being. Simple routines, practiced consistently, have a way of transforming not only your health, but also the quality of your everyday life. Think of these habits as quiet investments rather than temporary fixes. Each healthy choice may seem small on its own, yet together they create a stronger foundation that supports every other area of your life, allowing you to move through your days with greater ease and confidence. For Taurus, physical strength is closely connected to emotional steadiness, and this period encourages you to honor both. Rest, nourishing meals, restorative movement, and mindful pauses are not distractions from your goals. They help sustain them. When your body feels supported, your thoughts often become clearer, your patience grows, and your decisions reflect greater wisdom. Listening carefully to your body's signals may allow you to avoid unnecessary strain while giving yourself the energy needed for everything that lies ahead. The symbol suggests that true resilience is built through care as much as perseverance, reminding you that lasting strength is rarely created by constantly pushing harder, but by knowing when to restore what has already carried you so far. Your professional life continues to reflect the quiet determination that has become one of your greatest strengths. The care you invest in every task has not gone unnoticed, even if recognition has sometimes felt slower than you hoped. Those around you are beginning to see not only the quality of your work, but also the reliability and integrity behind it. If you've been working toward greater responsibility or a new position, this may be a period when those efforts begin to earn meaningful acknowledgement. Rather than rushing towards success, you are creating a reputation that others can depend upon, and that kind of achievement often lasts far longer than quick victories. Every challenge you've accepted has quietly refined your skills, preparing you for opportunities that require both competence and character. Saturn's symbolic influence during this period supports patience, structure, and long-term vision. It encourages you to trust the foundations you have already built while remaining open to learning and growing. Progress under Saturn is rarely dramatic, yet it tends to endure because it is rooted in discipline rather than impulse. Continue believing in your abilities, but allow humility and kindness to remain at the center of your success. The respect you earn through empathy and integrity may ultimately become just as valuable as the accomplishments themselves, creating relationships built on trust that continue opening doors long after individual achievements have faded into memory. Financially, the atmosphere points toward gradual improvement rather than sudden change. If certain plans have felt delayed or uncertain, you may begin noticing practical opportunities that deserve closer attention. These could involve strengthening an existing source of income, exploring a carefully considered project, or making decisions that support greater stability over time. You may also recognize that resources you've overlooked in the past suddenly reveal new potential when viewed from a different perspective. Instead of chasing every possibility, your greatest advantage comes from recognizing which opportunity truly aligns with your long-term values and offers sustainable growth rather than temporary excitement. Like a well-tended garden, lasting prosperity grows through steady attention rather than constant urgency. Small decisions made with patience today may become the roots of far greater abundance in the months ahead. Unexpected developments may require flexibility, yet your ability to remain grounded allows you to adjust without losing sight of your larger purpose. Even when circumstances change, your steady approach helps transform uncertainty into thoughtful action. Instead of unnecessary worry, progress becomes less about luck and more about the quiet confidence you've developed through experience, self-awareness, and thoughtful choices. Over time, this calm consistency becomes one of your greatest financial strengths. Discernment also becomes especially valuable during these days. Not every offer deserves immediate acceptance, and not every encouraging voice carries the same intentions. Give yourself permission to observe before committing, particularly in financial matters or collaborative projects. First impressions can be helpful, but deeper understanding often comes from allowing situations to unfold naturally before making important decisions. Careful evaluation now may reveal opportunities that are genuinely supportive while helping you avoid distractions that would scatter your time and energy. The more closely an opportunity reflects your authentic priorities, the more likely it is to contribute to lasting security rather than temporary gain. Patience continues to be one of your greatest allies. When you occasionally step back to review your long-term direction, you create space for wiser decisions and greater clarity. Reflection is not a pause in your progress. It is often the very thing that keeps your progress aligned with your deeper purpose. News or practical resolutions may gradually ease concerns that have occupied your thoughts, allowing you to redirect your attention toward goals that once seemed too distant to pursue. The overall pattern suggests that stability grows naturally when your actions remain consistent with the future you wish to create, even if that future unfolds one careful step at a time. In matters of the heart, these days invite you to express love through presence rather than obligation. If you are sharing your life with someone special, simple moments of genuine connection can strengthen your relationship more than grand gestures ever could. A quiet conversation, an evening spent together without distractions, or a thoughtful act of kindness may communicate more love than words alone. Honest conversations, shared plans, and the willingness to navigate differences with patience all contribute to a deeper sense of trust. As both of you continue learning about each other's hopes and vulnerabilities, your bond has the opportunity to become steadier and more fulfilling. Some of your most meaningful memories may come from ordinary moments experienced wholeheartedly together, reminding you that love often grows strongest through consistency rather than spectacle. If you are single, this period encourages you to appreciate the quiet confidence that comes from feeling at home within yourself. That inner sense of peace naturally shapes the energy you bring into new relationships, making your connections feel more genuine and less driven by expectation. Rather than searching for love to complete your life, allow connection to grow from the fullness of the life you are already creating. As you become more comfortable honoring your own values and emotional needs, you naturally attract people who appreciate the real person behind your calm exterior. As your world becomes more balanced and authentic, meaningful relationships are more likely to develop from shared values, mutual respect, emotional security, and the comfort of simply being yourself. Over these 2 days, an unexpected conversation, invitation, or message may gently interrupt your usual routine. Rather than seeing it as an inconvenience, consider that it could be encouraging you to step beyond familiar patterns in a way that feels both natural and worthwhile. Sometimes life quietly redirects us through moments that seem ordinary at first, only revealing their significance once we've had time to reflect. Not every meaningful change arrives through major events or dramatic turning points. A simple exchange, a thoughtful suggestion, or an unplanned opportunity may become the beginning of a new perspective that gradually reshapes the days ahead, inviting you to discover possibilities you may not have noticed before. Within your family or closest circle, the atmosphere points toward greater understanding and emotional balance. Matters that have remained unresolved may gradually soften as people become more willing to listen with patience instead of reacting from old habits. Even if progress seems modest at first, small moments of honesty often become the foundation for deeper trust. A quiet conversation shared over an ordinary evening or a sincere acknowledgement of someone's feelings may accomplish more than lengthy discussions ever could. The symbols suggest that healing is less about finding perfect agreement and more about creating space where everyone feels heard, respected, and accepted for who they truly are. For Taurus, home is more than a place. It is a source of strength, comfort, and renewal. It is where your spirit naturally returns to regain its balance after periods of effort or uncertainty. Your steady presence may become especially valuable now, offering reassurance to someone who has been searching for stability or simply needs to know they are not facing life's challenges alone. At the same time, don't hesitate to accept encouragement from those who genuinely care about you. Healthy relationships grow through mutual support, and these days remind you that allowing others to stand beside you is not a weakness, but another expression of trust, loyalty, and emotional maturity. If there have been emotional distances or lingering misunderstandings, this period favors thoughtful conversations over rushed conclusions. Different viewpoints do not have to create division. Instead, they may reveal new ways of understanding one another, especially across generations or within long-standing family relationships where old assumptions have quietly settled over time. As you reflect on shared experiences and the lessons they've offered, you may discover that compassion opens doors where certainty never could. Sometimes healing begins not when someone changes their opinion, but when both people become willing to understand the story behind each other's perspective. Your overall energy appears steady, making this a favorable time to return to projects that require patience, concentration, and careful attention. Rather than feeling pressured to accomplish everything at once, you'll likely benefit from focusing on one meaningful step after another. Progress may not arrive all at once, but your natural perseverance allows you to build lasting results, one decision at a time. Like a tree strengthening its roots beneath the surface before extending new branches toward the light, much of your most important growth is taking place where it cannot yet be fully seen. Trust that quiet preparation often creates the strongest foundations for future success. One quality worth cultivating during this period is humility alongside confidence. Your commitment and maturity are genuine strengths, but avoid measuring your journey against someone else's. Every person moves through life according to a different rhythm, and comparison rarely reflects the full picture of another person's experiences or challenges. The wisdom you've gained has come through your own experiences, and sharing that wisdom with kindness will always carry greater influence than trying to prove yourself. When confidence is balanced with compassion, people naturally feel safe seeking your guidance, and your presence becomes inspiring without ever needing to demand attention. If something doesn't unfold exactly as you hoped, resist the temptation to interpret a delay as a failure. Timing and outcome are not always the same thing, and sometimes life asks you to strengthen your foundation before opening the next door. A postponed opportunity often becomes valuable preparation for something better suited to who you are becoming. Looking back, you may eventually recognize that certain pauses protected you from choices that no longer aligned with your long-term path. The atmosphere encourages resilience, reminding you that each challenge leaves behind knowledge, patience, and perspective that strengthen your future decisions far more than effortless victories ever could. For those pursuing education, specialized training, or personal development, these days offer encouraging energy for deep learning and thoughtful planning. Whether you're considering a new certification, refining an existing skill, or simply expanding your understanding of a subject that inspires you, consistent effort now can create opportunities that extend far into the future. Your ability to absorb information, connect ideas, and organize long-term goals may feel especially strong, making this an excellent period for building knowledge that will continue serving you for years to come. Remember that every lesson mastered today becomes another stone in the foundation of the future you're patiently creating. When it comes to meaningful connections, certain signs may naturally complement the themes unfolding around you during this period. Cancer may remind you of the value of emotional generosity and the comfort found in genuine reciprocity, encouraging deeper trust through kindness and understanding. Capricorn may inspire greater confidence in building relationships founded on commitment, shared purpose, and quiet reliability, reflecting many of the qualities you naturally admire. Aquarius may encourage you to see familiar situations through a different lens, offering fresh perspectives that soften emotional burdens without diminishing their importance. These symbolic connections are invitations for reflection rather than guarantees, highlighting qualities that may support your own growth regardless of who crosses your path. What matters most is recognizing the lessons each meaningful interaction has the potential to offer. As this reflection draws to a close, thank you for sharing these moments with an open heart and an open mind. I hope these symbols have offered a meaningful perspective and perhaps helped illuminate experiences that are already unfolding in your life, even if their purpose is only beginning to reveal itself. Remember that astrology reveals patterns and possibilities, but your choices give those possibilities their shape, depth, and direction. If this message resonated with you, I'd truly appreciate your support through a like. And if you'd like to continue exploring these reflections together, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications so we can meet again in the next reading. Thank you for your trust, and may these days bring you steadiness, clarity, quiet abundance, and the confidence to continue building a life that reflects the values you hold closest to your heart.